Welcome to another edition of the Mael Time podcast. I am joined today by Amichai Ressler. He is the father of Dvir Ressler, who rose up on October 7th. I made the mistake previously of misidentifying what occurred with Dvir on October 7th. And Amichai is one of the most incredible people I've met in the past 15 months. And it's an honor to welcome him to the show. Amichai, thanks for coming.
Thank you for the privilege to be here with you guys.
So your positivity is truly unbelievable, and I've quite honestly never seen anything like it. Can we start by telling us a little bit about Tvir, how he was as a kid, and what his childhood was like?
It's like that he had a special light when he was born. He was 3 weeks old. 3 weeks old, okay? He was sleeping a whole night. And we were in shock. We came to the nurse every week to check him up like every normal child. And she asks us, is he sleeping the whole night? So he says, "With yes, of course. Why are you like you're worried? No, he doesn't gain weight. He was breastfeeding, but he didn't really eat. But it doesn't matter. He slept the whole night. He didn't wake up his parents." After we heard from the nurse that he's not eating, so we went to bottles. But from 3 weeks that old, he was already quiet kid. After that, when he was in grade one, she comes up to my wife. She says, I cannot deal with his smile. Every time I look at him or he looks at me, he puts his smile and I cannot hold it. One time he comes back from recess 5 minutes late. She comes up to him, why are you late? She looks at him. He looks at her with his smile. Oh, what the teachers told me? He all the time made everyone make people around him. Not by being a leader, by that he gave everyone this special uh, place. So everyone wanted to be with him because he made him special. Everyone.
He was a unifier.
Everyone. What?
He unified people.
Yeah, he saw every light of soul, a unique soul. I told you when we met in Miami, happiness wasn't a word in his life. It was his way of life to make everyone in around him make happy. This is
So
what trying to do.
okay, so you mentioned Miami. We met at the J Post conference that was hosted at the Shul of Ball Harbor. When you meet a bereaved family, someone whose son is no longer physically here after the attack on October 7th and the ongoing war, many people don't know how to act. Many people don't know how the family is feeling. And you have this positivity and energy
Yeah.
that changes it, right? So extreme joy, as you call it, and I want to get to that. But was that your family's experience before October 7th? Were you guys always hyped up on this energy, or this is something that happened after?
I'm telling you this. When Dvir went up to heaven to be beside God, I stood up on his grave and I told him, and I looked up in the air like that to the sky and told him, thank you, my son, for first giving us life, but thank you for the privilege to continue your legacy. And from that day on until today, every word, every strength comes from him. From him. All the energy, all what we are doing is from him. He's giving us the strength to wake up in the morning. To say to God, thank you for giving us Dvir to give us life. And how we're going to be with life? Wake up with happiness, with joy, but extreme joy, because right behind me is his motorcycle, his dirt bike, because this is what he did. From he was 3 years old, I'll tell you like that. 3 years old, he sat up on my laps when I was working on one of a big tractor, and he helped me doing it. After that, he got a small jeep from his grandparents, from my wife's grandparents, because they saw that he's energetic in extreme way. After that, when he was 13, I made him a special car, a, a buggy. I don't know how to say it in English. You know what's a buggy is? Like an ATV, but not. We built it.
Got it.
13 years old, he was driving it. From the, so I told him on his grave, I want you to say to everyone, I miss him. I cannot express myself with words how much I miss him. It doesn't go away. It just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. But because of his energies that he's giving me to wake up in the morning, people don't see, and they are seeing only this privilege of happiness that he's giving us. That's his.
It's unbelievable. There people can be preoccupied with so many different angles, and the fact that you're committed to joy and continuing his legacy that way, I hope you realize that it's extremely unique, and I hope you realize that it's motivational for everyone else, because there are so many people in Israel and across the world that are still in a quasi state of depression and sadness about what's going on, myself included. I get very sad when I think about some of what's going on, and I think about the fact that Dvir is not here physically. And when I see your positivity and how you channel it, it is really inspirational. It's next level. There's nothing, I have not seen anything quite like it.
So I want to express your wonderful words to tell you that from that day on, I didn't know what I'm going to do. It came up to me after 4 months. This is Scream Joy, this group that we made. But I looked for something that I will not do by myself with joy. I will find something I'm going to do with people together. This is the extreme joy community. This day, I'm talking to them in the morning and in the afternoon. Wherever I'm telling them, look, we are standing on the land of what your heroes, my heroes, your heroes gave us life to stand on. And you gave it with your soul and body. It, I cannot express this privilege that they gave us. So this is more energy that gives me to give other people to understand. And who am I giving this energy to? To families like us, families like me, that their most important things in their life gave life to us and to all of our nation.
How many of these days have you organized so far?
Baruch Hashem, we made already 10 trips.
Wow.
And on the 19th of February will be the 11th one.
How many
And
people are
every
coming on
time
that
it
one?
gets bigger and bigger. Ma,
How many people are coming on February 19th?
this time will be around 55 people, because the last time it was 28 jeeps. Now it's going to be around 2022. We are doing a little bit more extreme. So if it will be a lot of jeeps, we will finish the day at night. And it's not good to be at night in the desert. We're going to the desert in Midbar Yehuda, to all around, to going down to Dead Sea.
Wow.
So we have to go out from the field before night. The energy in the group is getting stronger and stronger every trip. We are getting more and more people that they want that we will give this trip. We need a lot of help from everyone I promised that I will do every month, and I'm doing every month, and I'm not. I'm even have 2 trips spare. Why do I have trips spare? Because on September we didn't do one, we did 3. Because on October in Tishrei it
Right. It's
was
with the holiday.
but I was on vacation. I was doing my Achnasat Sefer Torah for Dvir. So, and I want to take it another step. I wanted to take it another step that I won't do 1 month. I will do every week, one trip, but a small trip that I can take the families that with me, and I will give them, we will give one another much more energy, because if there is 55 people, it's very hard to go to everyone and to talk with them. You know what I'm saying?
How many families have participated in total so far?
From the first time from Chol HaMoed Pesach until today, probably more than 600 people.
600 people. Okay. And of those 600 people, how many of them would you say are even close to your positivity level?
Okay, you got a point that I have a mission to work on.
Well, I think, wait, the
No,
reason I'm
that
asking is because you are
a
a leader.
good question. It's a wonderful question. And this is, I want to express myself. So I know how to say it in Hebrew, but in English that you will understand. Your question is beautiful because there is a lot of families. There is more than 800 soldiers that gave their life for us. So I cannot come to every family, and if I have 600 people, it's not 600 families. It's 800 soldiers, 800 families. So I didn't get it's people. So this is why I want that I will do more trips, and I will get to more people, because I don't know. I'm seeing one family once in 2, 3, 4 months. I see him again. If I see him again, because I couldn't, I cannot see them again really soon, because I have so many families to give them the trip. This is why I want to expand. I want to be bigger so I can take more people, and then I will have follow up on them, and they will have follow up on us, and we will know how they are progressing with the positive feeling and positive way of life that we are
Right.
giving.
But what's the baseline when people show up? Are most people extremely depressed and not really able to go on a trip like this? Or
No.
are people ready for it?
So we have a lot of families that we have to, first they sign up, but suddenly I don't want to come, I don't feel like it. So we have to try to convince him. Sometimes they don't come and they don't call, and they just don't come because they don't want to come, because they say, I cannot have fun now. My son is not here. My daughter is not here. How will I have fun? I have to be depressed.
There's a guilt.
It's
And I've seen
very,
it.
very complicated.
I've actually was at a dinner with someone who survived near Dvir. I'm not going to say his name, but he was in 51. And we were going to say L'chaim, a group of us that were together, and he couldn't even say L'chaim. He got very emotional, and he could not do it. He started crying and ran out of the restaurant, actually. So I've seen this phenomenon up close.
I have this problem with one of the commanders of Dvir. He says to me, I cannot look up to, he's talking to me, but he cannot talk to me really, because he's very, very disappointed of himself that he says, I didn't bring you back home, Dvir. So I tell him, what are you saying? It's not your problem. It's because of you, I'm telling him, of your commander, of how you taught him to be like how he was. You should be proud of yourself. How Dvir managed to do what he did, it's because of you. I
Well,
told
what
him.
did Tvir do, by the way, for those who don't know?
So Dvir, when the bomb started on his base at 6:30 in the morning
Which base?
of Mob Darom, it's close to Kisufim, around the fence of Gaza, one of the bases over there. So on 6:30 in the morning, when the bomb started on his base, they all ran to the shelters. He made sure that everyone is in the shelters. How do I know that? Because one of his friends sent his parents to us on the second day of the Shiva to tell us he's sorry that because he didn't put Dvir inside his shelter when he asked that we are okay. And he went on, you didn't stop him to fulfill his mission to go to his shelter with the other two friends and to save them because he went to another shelter. And in the other shelter, when the terrorists wanted to open the door, they try by hand, they try shooting the door. They didn't know that Dvir hold the door. And when they put the bomb, the whole explosion went on Dvir. And by that, Dvir Chaim, Bet HaMikdash, Chaim, gave life to two of his friends that were behind him. And they are alive. This is what Dvir did on Shabbat Simchat Torah, on the 7th of October at 8 o'clock. When they put the bomb, he saved two of his friends that were behind him by stopping the bomb with his body. His two friends that were behind him, he said, one of them came to me and told him, we heard the clack on the door that they're putting the bomb. Dvir knew what's going to happen. He told us, his friend, that we're not really in shock what he did because he all the time was before us. And he didn't let us go to the door. He put his hand behind and holding on the door with them and protecting them. I didn't say, he told me that. It's unbelievable. And the most unremarkable thing that after a month, one of his friends came up to me. He says, crying, real crying. I told him, why? Okay, everything is okay. We will manage. He says, no, you don't understand. What I'm going to tell you, you will be in shock. So tell me what you want to say. Because of me, Dvir died. He was killed. I told him, but I know the story from the shelter. That's what happened. But it didn't happen? No. It will happen. But on Thursday night, he saw his friend, his light in his soul, a little bit close. He come up to him, Dvir, why you look sad? So he said, I rather be home. There I have family gathering in Shabbat Simchat Torah, and I'd rather be home. Dvir tells him, you go home, I will stay. And he went, and Dvir stayed. And I told his friend, remember your smile. You have a good, big smile on your face when you are really in time. This smile is because of Dvir. And he gave you this smile to continue your life with your big, big, wonderful smile. And you made Dvir a hero by not stopping him to fulfill his mission. It was to be on Shabbat Simchat Torah in that shelter to protect. He's like a big smile, unbelievable smile, this guy. I love him so much for his smile before that. He's one of his good friends that he learned with him in the army to drive on a special car. He was his wingman. And Dvir taught him a few tricks. He told me that after, only is doing joy to one another. We are understanding all the privilege that we got from our heroes, and we have to continue our life. And that's why we met on that day in Miami, because of this energy. If I was like this, you wouldn't know how to come to me, to comfort me. You don't need to comfort me because I don't.
You're providing comfort to the Jewish people. That's the truth, because it's not normal. Hopefully, people can get to this level, because it's a very healthy place to be. And the amount of faith and resilience that you represent with your family is really motivational. That's the fact, because I wish this was the normal way and way that the dialogue happens.
We can make it happen that it will be normal if people will understand that this is life and everything that we are getting in life is good, and we won't see that nothing is not good. So we will continue to be see good, and everything will be continued to be good.
I mean, yeah, 100%. You're right. And
When positive is everything is around you positive. Smiles
bias.
positive.
Absolutely. And I'm going to include the link you sent me so people can get involved if they want to be there. Do you have any plans to come to the States anytime soon? Or
Yeah, I really want to come around March. To come, I really need your help, everyone, to help us. I want to buy all sorts of equipment that we really need for these trips, and it's really costs a lot of money. Those trips, it's around $15,000 every trip, because I give them of the best luxury of the trip. It's like a wedding. We're giving food like a wedding. Did you have 4 kinds of meats in your wedding?
well, thank God I had my wedding was very nice.
Usually
American,
you have
yeah.
two. Usually
No,
you have
yeah.
two Israel.
Uh,
Okay, you have two.
sh-
I give them 4 because
Shout
gave
out to
us.
my dear
I can eat.
in-laws. Yeah, I had a
What?
nice. I love my in-laws. Thank you. You guys are amazing, and the
Yeah, yeah.
meat or the food was amazing. So thank you.
No, you're
Yeah,
extraordinary. But usually I'm saying I'm doing the best I can do for the families, that they will have the best trip in their lives, and they will get everything. Also, food, the best of the best.
and I'll say this: anybody who's watching this is in Israel, is going to Israel, and you want to see Amichai and his family and be inspired, get inspired, participate in inspiration. I'd be more than happy to make that shit up so that people can get together and really spread this really, really positive energy.
Join us in all sorts of way. And the most, if I would love to come to America. Anyone will tell me I come. I don't have a problem to come anywhere in the whole wide world. I can come wherever you want me to come. I'm coming. No problem at all. I would love to come and give you your to give the energy of Dvir to everyone in the whole wide world. No problem. Just
To
call
bottle
me,
it.
and I
We
will
need to
come.
bottle it and spread it, because anytime that anyone is feeling down or a little bit sad about a situation or not seeing the positive, I hope they can come back and watch this podcast and watch and hear what you have to say, because it is
Give them the
absolutely extraordinary. So, and I hope that Tvir's message will continue to push forward and inspire people for generations. And your family is doing that. You're doing that. You're leading the charge on it. And
If
it's
people want
very
energy, they
special.
can call me, give them my phone. I would love to talk with them. I would love to come to them. I have no problem. I'm there for everyone. It's not me, it's Dvir. Dvir is for everyone. Bemet. It doesn't, people won't understand. I can talk, it's not every word comes from my mouth, it's from him. He's giving me the all words. And when you see me,
Amichai, thank you for joining us. Thank you for telling us about extreme joy. And God willing, the extreme joy will continue to spread to all of the corners of the world.
thank you very much, and for the privilege to spread out Dvir's legacy.